Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Time. I'm your host Thomas, coming to you live for another installment of the Napa Valley Sub-Appellation series. And guys, we're wrapping this series up and finishing it off. It's been such a pleasure for me to learn so much about the Napa Valley during the course of these videos. Thanks so much for joining and subscribing and liking the videos and commenting on them. Really means a lot to me. I'm finishing up the Appellation series in one of the lesser known appellations, and I knew I would eventually have to get back here, but this is called the Chiles Valley. The Chiles Valley appellation. And Chiles Valley was established in 1999 as an official sub-appellation of Napa Valley. And it's kind of a lesser known one in the fact that you have to leave the regular Napa Valley kind of floor area and do a little bit of driving to get back here. Chiles Valley, if you want to get here, the best way if you're coming from Napa is to come up north on the Silverado Trail and take a right on Sage Canyon Road. That would take you kind of closer to Lake Hennessy. Where you would go up Pritchard Hill, but instead of going up Pritchard Hill, you continue on the road until you meet Pope Valley Road, and then take Pope Valley Road all the way back behind the mountain until you get to the Chiles Valley. Now, if you continue on Pope Valley Road, you get to the backside of Howell Mountain, and then you could cruise up Howell Mountain that way. But it's kind of between Lake Hennessy and between Pope Valley and Howell Mountain, kind of located on the backside of the Vaca mountain range. There is elevation here. It's about 800 feet in elevation, going up to about 1,200 feet in elevation. The Chiles Valley is more of a continental climate. It's nice and warm here. In fact, it's the middle of winter and I'm kind of sweating with this jacket on. Very warm days, but at night it cools down quite a bit because of the elevation. And it's not as much impacted by the ocean, the maritime climate in terms of the fog layer and everything like that. So what grows back here best is really Zinfandel. There's a lot of really beautiful old vine Zinfandel back in the Chiles Valley. The soils are kind of more water retentive and more fertile, or semi-fertile soils. A lot of clay and silty clay and alluvial soils. And if you're not careful growing vines back here, they can crop quite a bit of fruit. So the farming is a little bit more intensive back here, and you want to make sure that your vines don't overcrop and produce you fruit that is not of a superior quality. There's about a handful of wineries back here. The best known ones are probably Volker Isley, Maxville Winery, Green and Red, who produces really good Zinfandel back here, and a handful of others. But really it's more of kind of a growing community. Out of the 6,000 acres, there's about 1,000 acres of vines, and most of the fruit back in Chiles Valley gets sold to other Napa Valley producers, where they would just put it under the Napa Valley appellation title. It's a really, really pretty spot. It's very quiet back in the Chiles Valley. It is a nice scenic drive. If you're going to come back here, make sure you give yourself plenty of time. It's quite a drive to get back to the Chiles Valley. Guys, it's been such a pleasure. Thanks so much for subscribing to the channel. Keep on watching the videos and supporting the channel. I'll go through much more content and talk about other things besides Napa Valley, but it's been my pleasure to film the Napa Valley Sub-Appellation series. Cheers, guys.